Okay, what can you report from your area?
So, Philip, well, since morning, it's been a peaceful and a smooth exercise here in the Odododiodio constituency based on my visit to some of the polling stations in the constituency. However, just some few minutes ago, the information we gathered was that a fight was taking place at the Akanmajen Palace, precisely at the Jamestown roundabout. So I had to quickly rush there to ascertain what exactly the situation is. Of course, when I went there, the information I gathered was that two people, that's the NPP member and NDC member, were engaged in a fight. And this was because the NPP member was actually crumpling the sample voters register, which had been given to the NDC party agents at the polling station, through which they checked to verify the voters. So based on the crumpling, the NDC guy, tried to approach the NPP member to find out why, and then the NPP guy ended up punching him in the face, which also resulted in a fury, and he also hitting him back in the face. But his resulted in an injury, so he had a scar on the face as well as the head. And this is according to Davis Nunu, who is the NDC member who actually undertook this particular fight at the area. But as I went there, police had ensured calm and that the voting process was still ongoing. We've visited some other areas to also ascertain the situation, and I can confidently say that currently it is smooth and then the process is going on peacefully. Philip.
I'll come back to ask you how the exercise is happening in the Odododiodio constituency, but let's go to the Ashanti region, Ejura Sekyeredumase constituency, where Doris Longtime has joined us live with some issues in the constituency. Doris, what can you report from the Ejura Sekyeredumase constituency? Hello, Doris, if you can hear us, what can you report from that constituency where we understand some issues are happening in that area?
All right, currently I'm at the Sabo Line TA Amadia polling center. But before this place, I was at the Asakoko polling center where supporters of the MPP and the NDC engaged in a series of fights over a counting machine in the possession of the NDC. According to the NDC, the counting machine was provided by their superiors, to take records of voters who visited the center. But the NPP did not understand why they needed to possess such material, and they raised an alarm. And so before I left there, the EC officials had seized the machine, awaiting approval from authorities before they released that to the NDC. And
also, with what is happening in that area, did you get the police officers coming on board to ensure that the situation is brought under control?
Yes, Philip. Before I left there, the security personnel there had intervened, and there was calm before I left the place.
So, Doris, be on the line. Let's bring you an insight from a former assembly member of the area reporting to us what exactly happened in that area.
Yeah, initially it was a counting machine that generated the whole confusion. It isn't that it's not a foreign material. It was provided by the party. Addition to the marking seat. So that when you mark, then you press. So that the counting machine will also count. If you mark 2, then you press, it will count 2 simultaneously. So I don't know, maybe the EC, I don't know, has not been informed about those counting machines. So it is the other agents saw it, and then that they will not agree that why are we using those counting machines. And it was provided by the party.
Which party?
NDC. Yeah. So that because maybe you may make mistake from the marking, but what the counting will be accurate. So that is why we are using.
So let me understand the misunderstanding. Is it between the supporters of the NDC and the MPP, or the EC officials have also raised an alarm?
No, it started from the NPP party agents. they said they do not understand why we should be having a counting machine in addition. It generated from there. Then the EC officer also came in and said they have to consult from their office. If it's allowed, then they will let us continue.
So what have they gathered? They said they were going to consult. Have they told you anything that, I mean, you have the permission to use the machine?
Not yet. Not yet.
So is that what is causing the series of fights?
Yes, I think the whole confusion started from there till now.
So these people who are fighting, why are they actually fighting?
I think they are fighting because, you know, the machines, our machines are still with the EC officer. They've not given it to us back. And it is a material that we use in counting each and every vote. That is what? Every vote. So right now they've taken it from us. How are we going to count? That is what is generating the whole problem.
Okay, so if I understand, it means it's because the EC has seized the machine. That is why people are, I mean, fighting among themselves.
That's why our supporters are also annoyed.
So that is a former assembly member of the area, that is the Ejura Sekyeredumase